Hello everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with a comparison video for you guys. We're taking a look at the classic Umarex SA177 that is no longer in production, and we're also taking a look at the Umarex 9XP. Now, the reason I want to talk about both these guns side by side is because, well, really the 9XP is basically a replacement for the SA177. It shares a lot of similar parts, a lot of similar internal parts, and a similar look and kind of realism to the SA177. Now, the reason the SA177 is no longer in production, and this is just my take on the matter, I have no verification whether this is true or not, but as many people know, Glock is very particular about any companies that infringe on their copyrights or any of their licensing. If a company makes something that they feel is a little bit too close looking to the Glock, well, typically they kind of go after that company and usually get them to shut down production of that unit or make changes to it. And I believe that may have been the case for the SA177. Perhaps Glock felt it just looked too much like a Glock, and so they may have kindly asked Umarex to cease and desist making it. At least that's my take on the matter. I have no proof or confirmation of that. So, what we have here are two pistols that are very similar in many ways. We're going to just kind of take a look at parts of them. Now, first off, they're both blowback, and listen to the slide. Certain sound that it makes. You know, the slide spring isn't that heavy. Take a look at that part there. Right? Let's take a look at this guy here, the 9XP. See the sound? Has that almost metallic sound. Not too heavy a slide spring, just like the SA177. Let's take a look at these guys. Right, let's take a look. You tell me, are those not pretty much the same internals? Right? To get to my point, I look at the triggers. Right, same. Basically, it's a double action trigger with this sort of mock fake safety like a Glock would have. Look at the slide catch release. Very similar, right? Let's even take a look at the magazines, for instance. Look at these magazines. Are they not similar? They even kind of work in each other's guns, right? So that's the wrong magazine, but it works just fine. A little tighter in this one, but it works. Okay? Even the way that the CO2 comes out here, right? Little door, very much the same. Slightly different inside there, but I'm gonna wager that the insides are pretty much the same. Let's take a look at the barrels. Pretty much the same. Right, some differences cosmetically, but other than that, what you have here is an SA177 that's been reskinned. So, you know, if you want something that looks pretty close to a Glock, this XP9 might just do it for you. Or sorry, 9XP. XP9, that's another gun. Let's just take a quick look at it though. It is pretty nice. Oh, I forgot to mention, same safety position, right? All of that. So we have our Picatinny rail there, right? Umarex, big slide catch release, or big extractor there. Quite a bit more pronounced than the SA177. That's, again, more like a Glock. So probably they had to change it up a little bit to make a certain company a little more happy with it. Even the rear sight is kind of similar. Although for some reason one's more reflective. There we go. Right? Front sights are different. Same cutouts. There we go. Magazine release. Now, in terms of length, the SA177 is a little bit shorter, but not much, just a little bit. So basically that's kind of what I wanted to show you in this video. I will be doing a full review for the 9XP, some shooting with it, of course. Proper tabletop review. This is just kind of a condensed tabletop review. Didn't show you the packaging, but here it is. So same specs, 400 feet per second. I think it's 19 or 20 round magazines in both, 20 rounds. You know, same drop-free mag, same blowback metal slide action, right? Same 12 gram, obviously CO2. So a lot of the same specs, because really they are internally, I believe, to be the same gun. So they should perform about the same. They have a very similar trigger, same type of trigger pull, which I found a little bit heavy on the SA177, a little bit, but it's not terrible. It's not super heavy. It is a double action style trigger, so it kind of has to be that way. And I also wanted to mention that we do have the Umarex 9XB in our Canada replica airgun store, so check that out. And we probably will be adding it in the US store very shortly. So check out the 9XB in both Canada and the US for purchase if you're interested. Alright, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. The username is Replica Airguns. Also come on down to replicaAirguns.com where we have articles, posts, reviews, along with, again, our Canada and US Replica Airgun stores where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Until next time, take care.